Hey guys, it's Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? I know why you're here, and here it is, the spoiler-free movie review of Wonder Woman. Sink. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh man. It's just it was a fun movie, man. I had a great, such a great time with the movie. Not everyone's saying it's the best in the DC Extended Universe. I disagree a little bit. If you say it's the best, then go right ahead. To me, it's like the second best. Like how I rank, the DC Extended Universe, the DC Extended Universe, blah, 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 the DC Extended Universe movies. Number one is BBS Ultimate Cut. Tied for number two is Wonder Woman and Man of Steel. And number three, obviously, and number three will be Suicide Squad. But it's number two, and it's really close. But overall, the DC, in my opinion, the DC Extended Universe has been knocking out, has been hitting nothing but home runs, and this time, and once again, did another home run. But this time, people are finally seeing that these movies are awesome. These DC movies are awesome. This movie is just straight up fantastic. Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, it's funny, like everyone else, I admit, I was like, really? They got a model to play Wonder Woman? But now she, like, how we think of Heath Ledger, you think of Joker, or we think of Ben Affleck, you think of Batman, or Henry Cavill, you think of Superman. When you think of Wonder Woman, besides the original Wonder Woman for the TV show, currently now you think of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman because she is Wonder Woman. She has, she had that warrior spirit in the movie. She not only acted great but also brought a physical presence. When she did her fighting scenes, it felt raw and real and really well choreographed. Though people saying it's hard to watch some of the fights, some of the choreography is hard to watch. I'll agree to some certain extent. And when it was kind of in the training part, when she gets to be a full adult and she was training, yeah, the choreograph was a little bit too close and trying to hide, I guess, some of the flaws or whatever. But like once they go to the main battlefield, that is not the case. It is shown. There's no bullshit cutaways. It is shown and is in your face, raw, and it's real and uncut and just wow, and just well choreographed from there. I guess they got another choreographer, and it just shifted gears. Because once the action picks up, it does not stop. It's just that nice pace of action, and it was so good. Like I said, and then another thing I disagree with people on, besides all the fight choreograph not being well choreographed, obviously, is that when it came to the emotional moments, Gal Gadot did bad. She did great. She's like, people say, oh, she didn't read her lines. I've seen worse. She read her lines really, really great. If you want to see some bad line reading, go look up the final part of Batman Arkham Knight. I'll spoil this much. Scarecrow shoots Tim Drake and Commissioner Gordon is like, how dare you bastard? But he said it like he was like obviously didn't give a shit and just reading the line like wow they couldn't get another take. Oh, okay. For real, just watch it, you'll see what I mean. It felt like wow. In comparison, Gal Gadot did way better than what the voice actor Commissioner Gordon did in Batman Arkham Knight. That was like he was just reading his lines. With the emotional parts, she did fantastic. I like the fact that also the movie's very funny too. Like she, it's that classic fish out of water story, but done very, very well. And also what makes that fish out of water story so good is Chris Pine's character. Also, fun fact, also plays Captain Kirk in the current generation of Star Trek. He's that straight man. They're playing that straight man, and he does it so well, and he's just so naturally funny, and he's just a great actor too, man. That guy is just really, really underrated in my opinion. I mean, I hope he gets more roles in the future because Not only, and also it shows he's not typecast. Not only can play a great Captain Kirk, because he also can play other roles and do fantastic at it. So hopefully this movie opens the door open more doors for him, because he did this overall fantastic job. Also, cool, the director Patty Jenkins. Mwah, I mean, she did fantastic. She finally made the first female lead superhero movie that we could be proud of. I mean, I know it's not the first one, and I mean, it is true, there was Catwoman and Elektra, but I'm talking about a first, like, a superhero female movie that we could be proud of, because those movies sucked really bad. In fact, Nostalgia Critic did a review on Catwoman. If you want to see how bad it is, go watch his review. Hold on. Excuse me. But I don't know if he did Elektra. He should, though. In fact, you guys should probably, including me, message him to do a review on Elektra. You know, since we got the best female superhero movie ever, let's do one of the worst that came out. Also Supergirl. That's another bad one. That was a Supergirl movie. And but now, you know, now Wonder Woman, I mean, say what you will about Marvel, but hadn't done a female lead movie yet. DC drew First Blood, showing not only they did it, but not only did a good job, they did a great job. And hopefully this leads down the future for more female leads and, you know, movies, not just for DC, but Marvel too. I really want Marvel to step up and show that, hey, you're not the only ones that could pull off a good leading lady in a superhero movie as well. But yeah, just like I said, the acting is great. The acting is great. The action is fantastic. The cinematography was wild. The main complaint, another complaint that's dismissed. Oh, the DC Extended Universe has no color. It's all dark and gritty and drab. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it is dark and gritty, and it has those dark colors. They do exist, but there's also bright colors, especially in Themyscira, you know, Wonder Woman's home world. Like, you see that the lake shots and the mountains and the flower that she rides as a little, young Diana riding her horse, and it shows a beautiful shot. I kept saying, "Wow!" of a field of like yellow flowers, and it was just like a beautiful shot, and it goes to show you that it has like it has color. I mean, it was so beautiful. I mean, I know where they're at, and there was some good green screen, but it felt like it was like an actual location. But I mean, I know some parts was green screen, but it felt like it was a real place you can go to, and it was like beautiful, downright beautiful, and it was just a well acted movie. The villains in the movie, I have to admit, were probably the weakest in the DC Extended Universe. This one probably has the weakest. They weren't bad though. At least they did shit, but they weren't. It wasn't like Red Skull or the main villain from Mr. Mission Report, December 16th, 1991 guy from Civil War. They weren't that bad. I mean, they did a good job and got what they needed to do, but he wasn't like great. So they probably so even then, even at his weakest, DC Extended Universe at least made good villains. Unlike Marvel, which was kind of hit and miss. They made good ones, they made bad ones. It's the weakest, but it's not bad either. The villain does his job, and especially the final part, which I won't spoil when one finds the main villain, which is a nice twist too. I mean, it's obvious. It was obvious that the person that she was fighting wasn't the person she thinks she was, but it was a nice twist. Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, who it actually was. That was the twist. Like, okay, that's nice. I didn't expect him at all. That particular person, and of course that person wore the suit as well, because you want to. Okay, we know who you are now. Are you gonna wear the costume? And he does. And I'm like, yes. Now I want a Funko of that. You know what I mean? And but overall, it's a great movie. It has great action, great comedy. Also, the supporting actors are all also fantastic. I mean, it was just a great film. I guess what holds it back. I mean, that final the final battle was pretty good, but not great. I felt like it was trying to be it was focusing on not only being action packed but emotional as well. I mean, it bounced off well, but in a way, but it actually kind of suffered a bit for it. But still, it was great. You're rooting for Wonder Woman. I mean, my favorite moment, which is when they're trying to get to this other side to the city, and it's called No Man's Land because apparently if you go up there, they'll shoot you down before you get to the other side. And she's like, I'm not. I'm here. These people need help. We need to free them. And she just walks up there and with her taking off in her full Wonder Woman, so just blocking bullets like a badass. And the cool thing about that, I led the clapping for that. 'Cause I was like, that's such a badass moment. She's going in, knowing how bad the situation is. She's still going in head first deep, and she led the charge, and she led the charge to take the fight back, and push back to get that down. And it was really well done, really well acted. It goes to show that DC Extended Universe is in good hands. And those for you think, oh, good, good. See, the reason why this movie was good because Zack Snyder had no involvement. Zack Snyder and his wife was the producer, and he wrote the story, and he's the one that casted her. So I don't want people to start thinking, oh, no, it was good because he wasn't involved. No, he was heavily involved. So let's not go crazy and think, oh, good, it's good because he's not involved. He was heavily involved. He wrote the story, produced it with his wife, and he casted her. Patty Jenkins, of course, nothing to take away from Patty Jenkins. She did an incredible job too. And so much so that as a main speaker right now, they wanted to sign her and Gal Gadot for the Wonder Woman sequel. So, and I say good because she did a fantastic job. And also it's making a killing in the box office. And when I went to the Thursday premiere, in case you're wondering, it made $11 million. So it's doing really well, and it might make its production money back already. And within the first week, but it's unfortunate though. Also, I'm going a little off topic, but it's also unfortunate that this comic series I liked, a little comic series for kids called Captain Underpants, is also releasing the same week as Wonder Woman. Captain Underpants is a good children's book series, but it's not gonna beat Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is gonna just destroy in the box office. They could release it later on or something, or push it back to a comfortable date because it's gonna get slaughtered in the box office. I hope it does well, but a lot of people are gonna see Wonder Woman, man, and rightfully so. Not only it's a good DC Extended Universe movie. They're all great in my opinion. People just being ridiculous, but and there's one that not only fans agree with, but critics agree with, and it's a female superhero lead. So it's what I'm saying, it's fantastic, and I'm so happy that DC's leading that charge. So overall, go see this movie. It's fantastic. It's just such a well done movie. It's just a well done, fantastic, great movie. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's great. It's not perfect, but it's a damn great movie. Go see it. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're a hardcore DC fan, you've probably seen it already, but if you're wondering if it's good or not, go see it. I cannot recommend this movie enough. The DC Extended Universe hit another home run, and Wonder Woman is just that fantastic. It just hit another home run, man. 4 consecutive home runs, man. They just keep knocking out the park. So good on you, Warner Brothers and Zach and Deborah and Patty and Gal Gadot and everybody involved in the team. You all are doing a fantastic job. I don't care what anyone says. You guys are doing a fantastic job. The money doesn't lie. Hell, $2 billion with only 3 movies in. It shows we're doing something right. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out.